there's not going to be 10,000 Micmacs out there. You know, there's certain people that their livelihood depends on fishing, and we're not going to fish it out, that's for sure.
At the heart of this story is Donald Marshall Jr., who, for more than 20 years, fought for the Mi'kmaq right to catch and sell eel out of season. The Supreme Court upheld that right, allowing the Mi'kmaq to earn a moderate livelihood, but fast forward to 2020, through 2 decades of negotiation, unanswered questions about how far that ruling should go still remains. What does a moderate livelihood even mean? For the first time, the Sapatinaagini First Nations put their rights to the test by licensing a small handful of boats to start the fishing season early. Non-Indigenous fishermen saw that as a direct threat to their livelihood, and what followed was tension, intimidation, and violence. What is unraveling in Nova Scotia is a direct example of those stories that we embed in contemporary practices, institutions, and politics that act as an expressive place of group identity and are the deception of home as a memory. Community and place are coexisting elements that change and evolve with time as dominant narratives take place. These stories, or the memories of them, are both powerful and dangerous because they set the values and customs driven by collective and local perspectives. Within the Mi'kmaq communities, the diversity of these locals is integral to understanding, through an intersectional lens, how people tell their stories and come together to make change against these dominant narratives. The Marshall decisions look to address these narratives. However, the legal precedent set negotiates Indigenous rights within a multicultural framework and lacks to address the many years of colonialism and recognition of the consequences. Much of the emphasis is on conservation needs. However, the Mi'kmaq relationships with resources are incorporated into their daily lives. These teachings are essential for recognizing that we are embodied individuals, and this use of conservation is a mechanism that has underlying notions ignoring the traditional belief systems that they only take what is needed. Colonial dialogue has allowed for intersecting and overlapping considerations for historical relationships, which assumes land and political autonomy was willingly ceded. However, it was not surrendered in the British Treaty, so when considering cultural hybridity amongst these locals, we must recognize Indigenous rights within this colonial framework. We see this story throughout time. However, we must cross these spatial boundaries, defining who and what individuals can and can't do regarding these flows and movements within natural resource management.
What do you make of the conservation argument, though, that fishing early outside of that season puts the entire fishery in jeopardy?
No, I applaud Mr. Jordan for today at the question and answer period there. She did mention that the lobster stocks are strong, so that's great for us. Also, the matter of conservation is the number one priority for us. And all around Nova Scotia, there's seasons that are open throughout the year. You look at Maine, south of us, they don't have a lobster season. It's open all year round, so that's not going to affect the molting or the seeding or anything like that.